Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me. My name is John Hurley. I'm your judge this afternoon. We're in first appearance court. Today is the day the court determines whether or not there's probable cause for your arrest. We're not here for a trial. We're not here to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. That's not for today. So you don't need to tell me what happened. You don't need to explain yourself, defend yourself, make an excuse. Those things are better saved for your attorney in a private meeting. Understand you have the right to remain silent. And if you give up that right, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Also, if you have a private attorney, when you called up, let me know who that is. We'll contact your attorney and let them know that you're in court this afternoon. Now, we're going to skip Barbara Roney just for a moment. We'll call her right back. I'm going to go to the second case. Edwin Candia.
Judge, he needs a Spanish interpreter.
Espanol. Siete se, por favor.
I gotta check it in. You might want to find out who he is.
No, I don't understand.
What?
I'm not understand. Just to assist.
Are you referring to Mr. Watt?
His father. I'm his father. I'm just coming to assist.
Whose father? The victim or the defendant?
The victim.
Okay.
Okay.
Now see,
No.
Sarah Doctor,
What's that?
you have,
No, I'm saying about talking to you.
ma'am, Hank, how are you?
And I got the
Could you
victim.
just tell us your name for the record?
Hey, jail judge.
Miller? Okay. Okay. Miss Doctor, you are charged with a misdemeanor cannabis charge. The state, did this come out of,
Judge,
yes, ma'am.
from my conversation with Miss Doctor, she mentioned that she may have been already bonded.
Okay. I don't know that.
One moment, Judge.
Okay, just give us a
I
moment.
don't, this is...
No.
I'm not showing a bond was posted.
No, ma'am, your bonds can be $500. Thank you. Okay.
Could you mark these off real quick? I gotta make a call to the jail.
Want to take care of yours real quick?
If we might.
Definitely, Your Honor.
Hi, good afternoon. May I see David Watson and Fionn Fitzpatrick?
Hi, is this...
Okay,
You believe?
Mr. Watson,
If you check...
sir,
on
you're
her
here
case number
for
and I'll see,
state
you'll see
charge
claim.
defrauding an
A
innkeeper.
second
Count
finding
one,
is done by Judge
count
McHugh,
2,
and she
3,
marked
4,
off
and
PC
5
Weldon.
are littering,
Yes.
trespassing, open container of alcohol, and possession of alcohol on the beach. So,
Yeah, what's her first name?
those are all out of,
Okay.
Your Honor?
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Is the
No.
first one a state charge?
No,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. And
the first one's a state
whatever
charge,
you guys
the,
want to do to get him in front of
state
the
does handle it.
Yeah, but not, these are not
I don't care about
arrested at
count
the
one's
same
fine
time.
with
I mean,
me,
those
so-
are,
Right, on the rest
Whatever
of
they
those,
wanna
Judge,
do
give
to
credit
get
for
him in
kind
front of
serving
the
that.
judge, cool.
I'd follow whatever Mr. Linder had to offer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I was just letting you know about
fraud
Weldon,
and
that
injury
actually was already handled.
yeah, but I mean,
Bonds were
there's
kept at
restitution
25,000.
owed.
On their account,
Yeah, no
Your Honor.
problem.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying I follow whatever state.
yeah, shouldn't we wait for Steve Shea to get in here, though?
Here, I'll take him.
Those are
If that's
Hollywood
the state case,
cases.
that's the public defender on the state's case, on the first count.
Right.
Right,
Who's
that's
this?
what I'm saying, that's the problem right now. So whatever the state makes an offer on is what I'll follow.
Who's
Yeah,
this on?
shouldn't we get Shade in here too, though?
the Hollywood.
It's a Hollywood case.
Right, but there's a public defender on the first case. The public defender is the public defender tried by the state.
Right, but they're not gonna represent him on the municipal ordinance cases then.
Oh, I understand. But I haven't heard an offer from the state on the first.
I'm not
count.
I'm probably not, I don't think because of the nature of the offense, and I don't want to really make a probation officer offer at this point with the
Shade on
restitution.
his
I'm not
way,
going
do
to
we
make
know?
an offer.
I don't know. I texted him.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Let's go to Fionn Fitzpatrick. Have a seat, Mr. Watson. Have a seat. We'll call you back in a minute.
What I figured. What did you want?
All right, Mr. Fitzpatrick, count 1 is a theft. Count 2 is a misdemeanor, or is a municipal ordinance theft. State, do you have priors on this gentleman?
One moment, Judge.
I don't think count 1 is, I don't think count 1's a felony, unless he has priors.
No, he stole over $300,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
allegedly.
Okay,
So, I mean, I'd have to check.
I have it.
Okay.
Judge, he has, I'm sorry.
Mr. Fitzpatrick, you told me you're on disability, is that correct? Turn on that mic over there, please. There you go.
On?
You're on disability, right?
Right.
Are you employed?
No, not personally.
Do you have any money
I
in the
do like
bank?
odd jobs. No.
Go ahead.
Judge, based on his priors, he has numerous priors for theft. We're going to offer him adjudication, 60 days Broward County Jail, and the city charges.
Now, what I'm going to do today, sir, is, sir, I'm not going to resolve your case today on count 2. Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you? Apparently, you qualify for having a public defender. Would you like me to appoint one?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to appoint Mr. McLawrence's firm on count 2.
Thank you.
And count 1 is 1,000, 2 is 250. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's, yeah. Paul Ramsey. Sir, count 1 is possession of an open container of alcohol. Count 2, you have a warrant on a misdemeanor of alcohol. I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Landray? Sitting on a bus bench on South Andrews Avenue. So that's right there at the corner of Broward Boulevard and Federal Highway. And,
Judge, I offer adjudication court card, start for any time served on the case. This is priors from 2013.
sir, let me ask you, are you currently employed, Mr. Ramsey?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
And do you have any money in the bank?
No, I don't.
All right. Do you still live in Lauderhill?
No, I don't.
Where do you live now?
I actually just live at a friend's house in North Florida.
Would you like to resolve both of these cases right now, sir?
Yes, I would, Your Honor.
All right, sir. You understand if you plead no contest, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on both these charges. You'll be convicted of both these one a municipal ordinance, one is a state charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand by pleading no contest, you're not going to have your day in court? Both cases are over with right now?
I do.
Okay, sir, there's going to be one other condition. You're not allowed to hang around in that Broward Boulevard, Andrews Avenue, within one block in any direction. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
I'll adjudicate you guilty on both. Give you time, sir. All right? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Roderick Jackson.
Paul Ramsey?
Roderick Jackson.
Well, he did.
Come on up, Mr. Jackson. Go outside and have a seat, sir. Approach it. Come on up to the podium, sir. The judge waiting on you. No, not you, sir.
Yeah. Right. Doesn't indicate here.
Eric, give PC on this one?
Who is this?
Roderick Jackson.
The dude's so fun over there. I just threw it in.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Now, Roderick
Was,
Jackson.
Brittany
You're
Knight,
on
was
a-
she screened for pre-trial? Brittany Knight?
Trespassing. Would you like to resolve that case today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Atri, did you have a chance to speak with Patty?
Judge, we did not have a chance
Okay.
at this.
You have the address and phone number?
You may want to
You
have
have it?
someone appointed.
No, I was just making sure.
I don't know if the court's, what's the offer?
Okay.
Okay, this is city.
His first charge since '09. I'd offer him a withhold notice of time, sir.
Okay, sir, would you like to accept that charge?
Court, sorry.
Accept that plea deal?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you plead no contest, case is over with today.
No content. No content.
Do you understand we're not, your case will be over with right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Let me ask you, hold on. All right, sir, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'm going to withhold adjudication. Thank you. Now, Jeffrey Qualick, this is one of our, thank you. Jeffrey Qualick, come on up. When was the last time Jeffrey Qualick was in? Is he in there?
Your Honor, he's Judge Hurley.
Less than 2 weeks ago. June 3rd.
Yeah,
He's a medical reset.
okay. I know he doesn't have any money, and I know he's indigent.
Yeah.
Jeff Qualick. I'm going to go ahead and appoint on count two.
No.
Judge, on the trespass? Is that on the trespass, Judge?
That's, count two is
June
a
3rd.
trespass, right.
If he comes back up tomorrow, the offer's still going to be adjudication, 30 days.
I don't have it on my docket.
Okay, I'm going to set his bond today on count one at $250.
You're here.
I'll reset this for Tuesday
They
afternoon, all
probably
right?
want you here to
Next week.
Wednesday afternoon. Sorry about
see if the judge is inclined to resolve your case.
What was it, 30, 60?
Sure. If the judge is inclined to resolve
Okay, now, you texted Mr.,
Yes, Judge, may I approach?
Sure.
that means you believe it's your
Have a seat
Can
outside.
you talk, Mr.
You
Mr.
can go,
Sheep?
exactly.
So we're here on a man named David Watson. Come on up, Watson.
What's up, coming here?
He's got defrauding an innkeeper, a state charge on count
Sure.
one.
Why didn't you
Count
go
2,
up?
3, 4, and 5 are municipal ordinances. There's 4 of them out of the city of Hollywood for littering, trespassing, open container of alcohol, and possession of alcohol at the beach. In this case, for defrauding an innkeeper, he allegedly goes into a sports bar and drinks $57 worth of alcohol with another man and has no money and doesn't pay. So, let me ask Mr. Watson, are you working at this time, sir?
Not at this time.
When was the last time you had a job, full-time job, sir?
It's probably been a year. I'm working on disability right now.
Disability, all right. And
Yes, sir.
do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
All right. And, okay. So, Mr. Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you on count 2 through 5, sir?
I'd just like to end this today.
No, we're not going to end it today. No, not the fact that you keep getting alcohol and littering and alcohol, and now you go into a bar and drink more alcohol and don't pay. I'm not going to let you get out of jail that quick. So you're going to have to pay the piper on this one. So would you like me to appoint an attorney for you?
No.
No? Okay. So declined attorney. Okay. Now, Mr. Watson, count 1, I'm going to set that bond at $250 for defrauding an innkeeper. Count 2, your bond is 100, 2, 3, and 4 are 100. Count 5 is 25. Thank you, sir. How about John Condon?
No, John Connor's Oakland Park.
Is that Oakland Park?
That's my notes there, Your Honor.
Condon, this is open
Yes, sir.
container of alcohol. Would you like to resolve it right now?
Yes, I would.
How do you plead, sir?
No contest,
I'll
sir.
withhold adjudication. Good luck. Thanks. How about Michael
All right.
Moyer?
Thank you.
Hollywood.
Moyer? Step up, come on. Moyer.
Stand by Mr. Shade, all right? Mr. Moyer, you're here for
Oh, that's not Mr. Moore.
open container of alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to resolve it right now, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, sir, I'll withhold adjudication. Good luck, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You know that warrant just gave you, Mr. Watson? Don't I need to add shit to that? Okay. What's his name? What's his first name? David Watson. David Allen Watson. I appointed you on 4 cases, all right, Mr. Shade? What?
I told you I'd be in a while.
Yes. Correct. How about Dennis Battlelow?
Hello.
Battlelow, count 1, petty theft. The court's setting your bond at 100. Count 2, exposing your sex organs in public. That bond is $250. Count 3, failing to show up in court. Sir, do you have any money in the bank?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently employed?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Declined attorney. Thank you, Mr. Shade. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Your total bond today is going to be $450. Thank you. Okay. Now, are we waiting for somebody to handle Roney?
Detective.
Okay. We'll be a few minutes,
Go
all right,
outside
sir?
and have a seat.
No,
Get in the
I'm
middle.
just here to, I'm just here to.
I understand. Now,
I'm gonna do no, say nothing.
who do we have here with us today?
Call the detective and see how far away she is.
Cassandra Cooper Smith.
I'm just curious how far away she is. Oh, the judge wants to know.
Cassandra Cooper Smith.
Paul Ryan.
Why can't both of us be blamed for it?
Paul Ryan, Judge. Paul Ryan.
Why can't
I'm there. I don't see her. Did she bond?
I doubt it.
Violation of probation?
What's your name?
Detective Hay Roberts.
There you go. Hey, is it a woman?
Hay, H-A, that's her last name, Hay
$500,
Roberts.
Okay.
Oh.
What about Brittany Knight, William Chimera, and Brandon Abel?
Knight, come on. Brittany Knight's North Broward, Your Honor. Put your arms in your sleeve in case you fall. Come on now.
Yes.
Little trip. Stand on the X.
This night, you're charged with possession of flakka, also known as PVP. Court finds probable cause. State, do we have any priors on this
I need
Brittany
a
Knight?
BCCN number, Judge.
That is 853713.
No Broward priors.
Miss Knight, are you currently employed?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Last Friday.
Okay. Miss Brittany Knight, when was the last time you worked at Wendy's?
2 months ago.
I don't think you really... Do you still live on 33rd Way in Lauderhill?
No.
Where do you live now?
2801.
2801
Northwest 14th Street.
Who do you live there with?
My mom and grandma.
How long ago did you live on 33rd Way?
5 years.
You lived there 5 years ago?
We just moved. We stayed there 5 years.
Oh, okay. All right, ma'am. Under the circumstances, I'm not quite sure about your address. I'm going to leave your bond at $1,000, let you bond out. Thank you, ma'am. What? I'm going to leave the bond at $1,000. Thank you. William Chimera. You know what?
He's president.
Okay. Go ahead. Where is William Chimera, sir? False ID given to the police. Resisting arrest, count 2. Count 3 is a misdemeanor warrant, petty theft. Count 1's 103, 1,000. Thank you. What about Brandon Abel?
Mr. Abel is approaching, Judge.
Okay. Sir, suspended license, expired driver's license. Let me look. License is expired for about 3 years.
Wait a minute. Your Honor.
Yeah.
Is it showing what he's suspended for there?
Okay, one is child support. Failure to show up in court in Miami. 1, 2, 3. 3 cases. Oh, 1 in Miami, 2 in Palm Beach.
Is it showing a DUI suspension?
Yes.
Yeah. He's out on a DUI. He was arraigned May 18th.
Okay. Hold on one moment. Let me
Sure.
look at something. What's the case number, say?
Case number is 157909 MU 10A. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Sir,
Judge, may I confirm?
go ahead, ma'am.
Judge, per my interview with Mr. Abel, he's 27 years old. He's a high school graduate. He's
I'm 33.
Excuse me. He's 33 years old. He's lived in South Florida for 27 years of his life. He is a licensed broker. He owns no property.
He's a what?
Judge,
Licensed broker.
A licensed broker?
Licensed
Yeah.
broker.
Licensed broker.
Licensed broker.
Got it.
Judge, he owns no property. He supports 3 children. We'd ask the court to not consider revoking his bond as he's the sole provider for his family.
I understand. You know, court was considering that, and the reason court took a moment was to see what time he was arrested, coming to work, going home from work. Yeah, rush hour, that's different. Arrested at around 2 o'clock in the morning. Sir, count 100. Your bond's revoked on 157909 MU10A. You'll be held without bond. Thank you. All right, Joseph Puterbow, John Gonzalez, John Hardy. Count 1, sir, is a writ of arrest. The purge amount is $736. 2 and 3 are warrants on traffic criminal cases, 500 per count. Thank you. How about John Gonzalez, John Hardy? Gonzalez and Hardy, line up. Gonzalez, you're charged with resisting arrest. Court finds probable cause. Said you were extremely intoxicated under the influence of narcotics, and at some point allegedly told the police they'll have to drag me out of here. Okay.
Sure they did. Mm-hmm.
Got it. See, does this gentleman have any criminal record?
One moment, Judge. Do you have anything?
Yeah.
Judge, if I may provide the court some clarification, he told his girlfriend that, not the police.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Petty theft from 2012, petty theft from 2012. Attempted aggravated battery, 2011.
Sir,
Disorderly conduct.
Sir, your bonds can be $100. You can bond out. Thank you. How about John Hardy? Where's Hardy? Is that Hardy?
Yes,
Okay.
Present, Judge.
Hardy, your bond's been posted. You'll be out of jail shortly. No consuming alcohol while you're on release.
Outside,
Thank you. How about Francis Lizardi Rivera?
He's present, Judge.
Sir, your bond's been
Judge-
posted. You'll be out of jail shortly. Thank you.
Okay.
Joshua Johnson, Christopher Torres, Timothy Ryan.
Lord Broward.
Joshua Johnson, petty theft, trespassing. Court finds
Yes,
probable
sir.
cause. on
Sir,
this
can
gentleman.
I say one thing, please?
Hold
Please.
on. Just stand by.
Can I please?
Stay for their prayers on this
Just one moment, Your Honor. I was pulling right in. Yeah, I got it.
gentleman. They stole from Walmart. Prior theft cases out of Hillsborough County. Sir, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
Your Honor, I lived down here for 2.5 years, Your Honor.
Are you
Now,
currently,
can I just...
are you employed, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
What type of work
Yes.
do you do?
I work at 7-Eleven on Daisy Boulevard.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir. As of right now, no, I do not. Sir, I go to school. I currently I'm taking summer classes
Wait a minute.
at Broward Community College. Sir, I understand what I did.
He's out on with that.
Is he?
From what I can tell.
Okay, what's the theft he's out on?
One moment, Judge.
Hello.
Oh, hey, detective.
How you doing?
They're not yet. We're not leaving up all over the table. I can hear you.
Hey, just give me 1 second. 5356, okay.
Sir, I'm just asking for an ROI.
I know what you're asking.
I'll handle all of this.
Okay. He, yeah, he was ROR'd. He was arrested on May 14th for theft. He was ROR'd on May 22nd. He's scheduled for arraignment in front of Judge Evans June 29th.
Okay.
And before that, trespass, he pled out in April, and burglary of a conveyance and grand theft from 2011 that he violated probation on.
Okay, what's the case number on that Judge Evans case?
155356 MM10A.
Okay,
So basically, I'm just gonna...
Mr. Johnson, today the court's going to set your bond on count 1 at $250, count 2 at $100. The court will revoke your bond on 155356 MM10. You're going to be held without bond until further order of the court. Thank you, sir.
So, wait, hold on. What does that mean?
That means you're going to be staying in jail for the short term, sir. Thank you. All right, Christopher Torres. So carrying an electronic weapon or device. Count 2, trafficking a hydromorphone. Count 3, possession with intent to sell MDMA. Count 4, possession with intent to sell, deliver cannabis. Count 5, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Count 6, license suspended. 7 is a traffic violation. Just give me a moment. Court finds probable cause on count 1 through 5. And count 8 is a misdemeanor warrant.
Are you serious? Oh, okay. I hope it's a big fraud at least. You told me someone broke someone's windshield and
Yeah.
we're going to get them some taxes.
I'm looking at the defendant's driving record right here.
Do you have a permit attorney right now on your case?
And
Or are you going to get one?
he's got to fail to pay a driving ticket. Okay, so,
This Torres?
State, do we,
Yes.
hold on. Go ahead, State.
Mr. Torres, yes, he does, Your Honor. 2009, 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance and grand theft with the violation of probation. 2009, burglary of a structure and grand theft with the VOP.
What year was that?
They were both 2009.
How many burglaries?
So far, 1 burg structure, 2 burg conveyances, another burg conveyance and grand theft in 08 with the VOP, Judge.
How many grand thefts were there? 2 or 1?
3 grand thefts total. Each case had a grand theft attached to it.
Okay. Sir, are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
How long have you lived down here in South Florida?
My whole life.
And do you own land or property down here in South Florida?
No.
Okay. Eight individually wrapped baggies of cannabis weighed 13 grams appear to be packaged for selling. 4 individually wrapped baggies of small white pills, and that was hydromorphone. 3 individually wrapped baggies containing pills identified as codeine. There was a baggie containing rock-like substance, field test for ecstasy. And the defendant also has had brass knuckles in one of his pockets. So, and the court notes he failed to show up in court on count 8, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, today the court's going to set your bond on count 1 based on your criminal record. 4 burglaries, 3 grand thefts, and the facts of the case: count 1, 100, count 2, 75,000, 3, 2,500, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, license suspended on 6, 100, count 8, that bond will be revoked, 14, 13889 MM10. You're going to be held without bond on that. State, may I have a...
Absolutely, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if please the court, we are prepared to proceed on Barbara Roney.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Torres.
Thank you.
Ms. Roney, approach.
Okay, you ready to go on
Yes, Judge.
Barbara Roney?
Yes.
Ms. Roney?
Just go right there
Hi, ma'am.
with the mic, please.
Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent today. You're not required or expected to make any comments or any statements or participate in this hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You should utilize that right at all times. You're not required or expected to say anything. But if you give up the right to remain silent, you begin to speak about what did or did not occur regarding your arrest, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Everything's being recorded. Do you understand what I've explained, ma'am? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, ma'am, you've been charged with an attempted murder on count 1, count 2, aggravated assault with the intent to commit a felony, a domestic violence related felony. The court, before we go any further, let me swear someone in. Ma'am, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Tell us your name.
Detective Hay Roberts.
Hayes Roberts?
Hay, Haye-Roberts.
Okay, let me write this down. Okay. Now, the state, are you seeking a foreclosed bond and release case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so there needs to be a showing of proof evident, presumption great. State, you want to make just a prima facie showing?
Well, Your Honor, that's the reason I had Detective Hay Roberts come is because Detective Hay Roberts took the sworn statement from the alleged victim, and I think she can give more details about what happened here, how this whole thing was initiated, and other evidence that I think would combined with the report, then satisfy proof evident, presumption great. Thank you. Detective Hay Roberts, you investigated the alleged stabbing of Mr. Kumingisa by Barbara Roney?
Yes, I did.
And you took a sworn statement from the victim?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And could you tell the court, based on the statement that you took, could you please relay what you were told how this incident occurred?
Yes.
When you took a statement of the defendant, did you place her under oath?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And she swore to tell the truth?
He.
Oh, I'm sorry. He swore to tell the truth. Is that correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead.
Could you please advise how this incident occurred from the beginning of the evening when the information you received?
Well, I was a detective on call, and at 12:32 a.m. this morning, I got a call from my sergeant that we have a victim at the hospital who was stabbed, domestic violence. I said, okay, I'll go. And I got down here, got to the hospital. They said he just went up to his room. So I went up to the room 366, and I asked him, I said, you okay to give me a statement? He said, yes. I swear him in, and I ask him what happened from the beginning of the evening to why we're here today. And he stated that he and a friend of his, Marco, went out for the evening with some other friends. When he went out to the club on Las Olas Boulevard, Marco saw one of his ex-girlfriends, Stephanie. He didn't pay any attention to her. Stephanie was with some other females. He didn't pay any attention to her. Stephanie wasn't too happy about it. She got up and left and said she's going to ruin him through the victim. You there?
Okay.
So what she did, she knows the victim's wife, So Stephanie called the victim's wife and told the victim's wife, the defendant, that her husband was making a pass at her friend and gave him her phone number.
So let me get this straight. A woman who this defendant does not know calls her up and says...
She knows her.
She does know?
Yes, they met.
And says your husband is flirting with other women.
With my friend, was trying to get with my friend.
When did this phone call take place?
It took place, you see, about 9, early in the afternoon, early in the night.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
At about 11:41, he said they kept arguing the whole night. And about 11:41, he was in the bedroom, and he works for Cricket Wireless. He's a district manager. He said he went on his computer and he was working. The argument started up again. He said he know how she is. She has an anger problem. This is not the first time she came at him and not the first time she hit him. He said he was sitting on the bed. As he was sitting on the bed, the defendant went to the kitchen, got 2 knives. She came out with 2 knives, came into the room with 2 knives, put one under the pillow and had one, and said, "I'm going to kill your ass tonight." He didn't pay any attention to it, so he was still on his computer. She turned the light off, he turned it back on. They were going back and forth for a while, he said.
Let me stop you right there. She goes and gets a knife, 2 knives out of the kitchen. One goes under the
Pillow.
And she's got one where?
In her hand, he said.
And she says, "I'm going to kill you tonight," and he says he doesn't think anything of it?
Right.
Did you find that a bit unusual?
Well, I guess he think no, because I guess he thinks she would never try anything like that. They have a child together.
I'm just trying to picture my wife bringing a knife into the bedroom, putting one under the pillow and having one in her hand, and saying she was going to kill me, and me going, "Oh, honey, quit joking around."
Well,
I've seen that a lot.
I just can't imagine.
I've seen that.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Okay.
You know, and he said he went, turned on the light in the bathroom. She turned it off. They kept going back and forth because he was on the computer, so he wanted a little light. He said before he knew it, she came back, sat on the bed, and he felt something, but he didn't think anything of it. He felt like a burning sensation.
But he didn't think anything of it?
He didn't think anything of it. So when he got up...
He doesn't think anything of her bringing 2 knives into the bedroom, one going under the pillow and one in her hand. And when he feels a burning sensation on his back, he still doesn't think anything of it.
That's what he said.
All right, go ahead.
So what he did, he said he got up and she came charging at, the defendant came charging at him again. So he pushed her off. When he pushed her off, she came back at him and he grabbed her and he put her down. And he said he was on top of her and he said he slapped her. He said, oh, going back, sorry. She had the iron, the wire from the iron, and she hit him with it because you could see the mark on his stomach.
Do you know where the knife went at that time?
No, I don't, because they have the knife in evidence.
Let me ask you this, ma'am. Let's cut to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Did she make any admissions to you? Did she make any admissions?
She invoked.
She invoked?
Yeah, she made a statement to the deputy, according to what the deputy said to me. She made a statement to him and said she stabbed him because he was on top of her.
Okay.
And Detective, did you, based on the evidence in your investigation, do you believe that do you find credibility with her explanation?
State, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not sure that's...
I'd have to object to that as well.
Stage. She did her job. I'm going to...
Well, Your Honor, I'm just explaining. If the defendant gave an explanation of why she was acting in self-defense. If the detective, based on her investigation, has reason to believe that that's not credible, that is absolutely relevant.
Well,
Judge, that's not relevant as to whether the detective believes that he's credible or not.
Based on the investigation, that's...
No, based on the investigation, the detective can relate facts to the information that that was provided to her by the victim.
Who's credible. Let the court determine who's credible. Ma'am, you had a chance to speak with both people, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you see marks on the man, slap marks or anything like that on him?
On him, I saw where he said she used the electrical cord and hit him. You see the bruise. You could see the mark of the electrical cord around him near where the stabbing to his lungs.
Where was the stab mark? Where was the stab?
Two stab marks was on the shoulder blade, and there's one right back here. That one punctured the lungs.
Did she have marks on her?
I didn't see any.
But you were there.
Yes, I was standing right in front of her. I didn't see any marks on her.
He had two in his back.
Technically 3, because the one lower down, that's the one that punctured the lungs.
Right.
Judge, if I may inquire.
It seems rather clear at this point. The man got stabbed in the back. There's no doubt about that. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Judge, if I may inquire. Now, Detective, you were not the arresting officer. Is that correct?
No, I was the detective. I got called out after most.
Right. So you did not make initial contact with my client.
After I spoke to the victim, I went
at the scene of the incident. Did you make contact at the scene?
Stop a second. Ms. Trish, you know what? I allow a little leeway. If you want to ask a couple questions,
sure.
Something up, I'll let you do that. You can't make a deposition out of this, all right? Go ahead.
Sure. No, I'm not trying to make a deposition. I'm just trying to gain clarity.
I'll give you some leeway. Go ahead.
Sure. Now, Detective, since you did not arrive at the scene, you did not initially see my client's face to see whether it was swollen or not.
I didn't see any swelling. When I got to where she was, because we get called out, technically we get called out after everything happens. So when I saw her, there was no swelling. There was no cuts on her face.
Okay. Detective, did the arresting officer mention to you that he saw her with an ice pack on her face?
He said when he got to the scene, she was upstairs, and when she came, he told her to come downstairs, and she had an ice pack on her face.
Okay. Did the officer also mention to you that my client had mentioned that while she was trying to sleep, she was held by the alleged victim?
No.
So there was no information with regards to physical confrontation?
They were arguing. The victim told me that they were arguing. And he said he pushed her when she stabbed him. When he realized that he was stabbed, she was coming at him. He pushed her. She came back at him again, and that's when he grabbed her and threw her on the bed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now.
Can I ask one more question, Judge?
Go ahead, Ms. Trish. Go ahead.
Okay. Detective, was there any mention by the arresting officer that Ms. Barber was slapped several times by this alleged victim?
The victim told me that he did slap her.
Okay.
After the stabbing.
Okay. Anything from the defense? I get any state you have anything you want to wrap up real quick?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead, ma'am. Who wants to argue? Who's going to do it?
If she's going to argue, she can go ahead and make the
ahead,
argument.
Ms. Miller.
She's in court.
We argue in this case, Your Honor, that Your Honor not find proof, evident presumption great for attempted murder. At the least, Your Honor, we'd argue that it's an aggravated battery, and also the aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony therein. Well, felony domestic. I'm not sure what facts the state are trying to go under. I'm not sure if it's the her saying, "I'm going to kill you," but that would be an element of the attempted murder. So it wouldn't qualify also as an aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony domestic. It's clear from the facts here that there was some sort of altercation. The victim, alleged victim, states himself that he actually slapped our client. And so in defense, she's saying that she stabbed him in defense. An ice pack was seen by the officer of my client while she was on scene, although she doesn't have any. The detective states she didn't see any swelling. That doesn't mean that she wasn't slapped. He admits he slapped her. There was physical violence on both ends, and so we're arguing that, one, she acted in self-defense, and, Your Honor, at most it should be an aggravated battery, which she would be entitled to a bond.
And, Your Honor, I'm just going to say one thing, because I think this is the issue with Ms. Roney's claim of self-defense. If somebody's in front of you slapping you, and you grab a knife to defend yourself, it does not make sense whatsoever that you're going to end up stabbing them on their torso in their back. you have their chest, their stomach, their throat, and you end up going essentially behind them to stab them. That doesn't make sense.
And Your Honor, if he's on top of her, it's quite possible if someone is on top of you that your arm is stretched out, and so therefore when you're stabbing, you're going to get their back if they're on top of you.
Okay, I understand. That's exactly what I was thinking. Go
No,
ahead,
you
ma'am.
won't. No,
Go
you
ahead.
won't.
You're shaking your head.
No, if somebody's on top of you, they're holding you down. It's going to be very hard for you to stab them if they're holding your hands down. You cannot stab them in the back. You're going to be, he's a good-sized guy. He's holding her down. Where's the hand going to go? He's restraining her. He said it's not the first time she threatened him, she hit him, and everything like that.
He also says that he wasn't bothered
Wrap this
when...
up. The court will not find proof evident presumption great today. The court will find probable cause that this occurred. But frankly, the way this thing got started with the knives and the thing, I just tell you, I've got some haziness about this, and I'm not saying that it didn't occur. Clearly, something occurred. Clearly, the man got stabbed, and but I'm not going to find proof evident presumption great on count one. State, does she have priors?
No, Your Honor. What I'm going to argue as far as bond, and even if the court finds PC, I think a very high bond is appropriate because I think it adds to the strength of the evidence that she attempted, premeditated to commit murder. What's a knife doing in the bed anyways to begin with? If she was able, when she's thrown on the bed, to grab for a knife, what was it doing there? That would seem to corroborate his story that she went to the kitchen, got a knife, and brought it back.
And I just feel that if you grab a knife or you place a knife under your pillow as a woman, I would think that that's a defensive measure, and that I feel threatened, and so I'm doing that in order to protect myself.
Let's just go one at a time. Go ahead. State, anything else?
Your Honor,
Ma'am, okay. Any priors?
No, Judge.
There's no criminal record, Ms. Trish. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yes, Judge. For my interview with Ms. Roney, she's lived in South Florida 9.5 years. She's a high school graduate. She's attending school at Broward College, studying nursing. She supports her child. She's a clerk at Costco. As the state provided, she has no priors. She did mention to me that she was attempting to defend herself in the situation, and she has no property. She would be able to reside with her mother.
Okay. Oh, is he? Come on up here, sir. I didn't know. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear to tell the truth, nothing
but the truth. Okay, tell me your name.
My name is Renel Oni.
And you are the
father of Barbara Oni.
Okay. Now, how old is the child? How old is her child?
Barbara, 28.
No, how old is the child, the baby?
Oh, 1 year.
1 year. Who's taking
care of him? He's with me.
He's with you?
Yes,
okay.
2 weeks. He was with me 1 month ago, and then after that, by his birthday, and he came with them. After that, he's back with me.
What do you do for work, sir?
What's it?
What type of work do you do? What do you do for work, your job?
Oh, I'm working as a CNA.
CNA?
Yes.
Okay. Do you own your own home?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any comment about bond state release conditions?
Your Honor, she found PC for attempted murder. I think I'd be asking for a minimum $50,000 bond for attempted murder, where the defendant was stabbed deep enough that his lung was punctured, 3 separate stab wounds, and pretrial release with a GPS monitor.
Judge,
Court's going to say yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
We may add before the court makes the court's decision with regards to the appropriate bond amount, based on the fact that we believe that this is an isolated situation where there is an argument to be made with regards to self-defense, and it was illustrated in the PC. We'd ask the court, in the fact that she has no prior arrest, we'd ask the court to set a reasonable bond amount as she is the sole provider for her family. She's currently a full-time student.
You set her bond.
Yeah, and Your Honor, I just would refute. You've received testimony that he works. She's not the sole provider.
Of her child.
Ma'am, your bond on count 1 will be $20,000. Count 2 will be $10,000. Total bond's $30,000. Pretrial release, GPS monitor. Court will waive the cost of the monitor. Court will order you have no contact directly or indirectly with Roderick Kumingisa Do not have any contact with him, directly or indirectly. Stay 500 feet from him at all times. No guns or weapons may be in your possession while you're on release. You're going to have a GPS monitor on your ankle. That'll ensure that you stay away. Anything else, Detective?
No, sir.
What do you think?
You're the boss.
That doesn't give me a lot
I'm
of...
proud of you the way you pronounce his name. I'm proud of you the way you pronounce his last name.
Judge, if we can ask,
Yes, ma'am.
if we can ask, the fact that the bond is set pretty high, we thank the court for reducing the bond amount that the state recommended. We'd ask the court to waive the cost of the GPS monitor.
Oh, well, yes. Yes. Let me just say something, Detective. I didn't find the highest level of proof evident presumption great. It had nothing to do with your testimony. It's the underlying story, which gave me a little, how this whole thing got going with the knife under the pillow and the man kept working on his computer. I'm a little hazy about all that. Nothing about your credibility. I take what your testimony was clear as, you know, right on it. There's nothing about you, but the underlying story that you were given caused me to scratch my head.
Another thing,
Go ahead.
like you said to me, you know how island women always have their knives or their guns.
Now, I'm not going anywhere near
Well,
that.
I'm just telling you, and I said, I'm an island woman, and I
Hold
have
on,
my
let
gun
me just make this clear. I have no comment about island women. And
I'm just telling you, as an island woman myself.
is this on?
I have mine under my pillow every night.
All right, we're not going to turn this
Island women
into...
keep a knife under their pillow?
Oh, most of them do.
Really?
Yes. When was the
Patrice?
last time you went home?
Please.
Oh,
Oh, please, come on, let's, Patrice.
All right, then. See, you're all home. Okay.
We learned something very valuable today.
Judge, that's not accurate, because I'm an
God,
island woman.
no.
Okay, that
Look,
is inherently inaccurate.
I'm not saying that the court accepts it. It just happened to be spoken in court, and I know I'm gonna have a long conversation with Patrice after court.
I'll see you tomorrow, too. I'll be in court.
Patrice.
Sir, thank you for coming to court today. Thank you for coming to court.
Thank you so very much.
Okay?
Thank you.
Take care, sir.
I thought you did. Never.
Okay.
Ever.
Now,
I'm not saying you. I'm asking her because have you ever?
may I see Edwin Candia?
I've been working with her for years.
Ma'am, I
Have
placed you
ever?
under oath earlier, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you're still under oath?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Candia.
Buenas tardes, señor Candilla.
You're charged with domestic battery by
Está acusando
strangulation.
con agresión intrafamiliar por medio de estrangulación.
State, do you have any criminal record on
Fiscalía,
this?
usted tiene antecedentes penales
One moment,
sobre
Judge.
este señor. Un momento, señor juez.
We'll never get
Mr. Candia, are you employed?
Señor Candilla, ¿trabaja usted?
Sí,
Yes.
What type of work?
¿Qué tipo de trabajo?
construcción.
Do
Construction.
you have money in the bank?
¿Tiene dinero en el banco?
¿Cómo?
Yeah.
Do you have money in the bank?
¿Tiene dinero en el banco?
No,
No.
Do you have children?
¿Tiene hijos?
no,
No.
Do you have family here in South Florida?
¿Tiene familia en el sur de la Florida?
no.
No.
No priors.
No antecedentes
No
anteriores.
criminal record. Go ahead. Do you
No
have
tiene antecedentes penales. Dígame. Voy a pedirle que el tribunal no encuentre motivos fundados porque la presunta víctima es la primera que inició el contacto físico en este caso y que él tuvo problemas de respirar y que después pudo respirar.
I understand your position, however,
Entiendo su posición, sin embargo, el tribunal en muchas ocasiones, en los últimos años, que cuando nosotros vemos este tipo,
domestic violence cases,
los casos de violencia intrafamiliar, hay una proporcionalidad
sometimes that need to be made.
que se tiene que hacer a veces, y hemos visto situaciones donde una mujer ha podido haberle golpeado al esposo, pero entonces él decide y le rompe la quijada, le rompe la nariz. Ella fue la que inició entonces el contacto físico inicialmente, Pero
In this case,
en este
she allegedly
caso,
throws a pillow at him,
ella le
and he
tira una almohada
allegedly puts his hands around her
y
neck
él le
and
pone
strangles.
sus manos
Granted, she
alrededor de su
probably
cuello
started it,
y le empieza a
but
estrangular.
This court's
Y
analysis
entonces
is that his
el análisis de
response
este
was not
tribunal
warranted.
es que
So, there
el
is probable
demandante
cause.
es
Is
el
there
que
contact?
ha actuado más fuerte, hay motivos fundados. Yo he contactado a la víctima, pero ella no quiere poner
So the court's gonna set
cargos
your
y no es
bond
la primera
today.
vez que esto ha ocurrido. Señor,
Based on the
el
facts of the case, the
tribunal va a
level of
poner su
violence.
fianza
In the court's
basándose en el nivel de
concern,
violencia y
there's
los hechos
ongoing
factuales.
domestic violence in
El
the
tribunal está
relationship.
preocupado que hay constante violencia
$500.
y son $2.500.
The court will order that you have no contact with Paola
Y
Arcila.
el tribunal le va a ordenar que no tenga contacto con
Do
Paola
not call
García.
her.
No la llame.
Do not text
No
her.
la textee.
Do not email her.
No la mande correos
Do not have
electrónicos.
anyone
No
contact her
haga
on
que
your
ninguno la
behalf.
contacte por
You must
parte
stay
suya.
500 feet from
Debe
her
de
at all
permanecer a
times.
500 pies de distancia
That
todo el
includes
tiempo
where
de
she
ella y esto
lives,
incluye donde ella
works,
vive,
goes to
trabaja
school,
y vaya a la escuela
anywhere in between.
o en cualquier lugar de
You're
estos.
not allowed to possess
No puede
guns,
poseer pistolas,
firearms,
armas de fuego
ammunition
y
while you're on
municiones
release.
mientras usted
Thank
está
you.
bajo libertad. Gracias, señor.
Ma'am, you want to make an announcement for
¿Hay
the
alguien
judge?
más que necesita intérprete en español? ¿Alguien más para español?
Sí. Mauricio Rodriguez from the court's earlier docket. Morning docket, Judge. ¿Qué nombre?
Mauricio Rodríguez Sánchez.
Yes, Mauricio
So
Rodriguez
you're charged
Sanchez.
with burglary of a dwelling,
Se le está acusando con allanamiento
And
de una
grand
morada y hurto de mayor cuantía.
the court finds
El
probable
tribunal encuentra
cause.
motivos fundados.
Allegedly, sir, in
Presuntamente,
August of
señor,
2014,
de agosto del año 2014,
in the city of Sunrise,
en la ciudad de Sunrise,
you went through someone's sliding glass door.
usted fue a la puerta de vidrio de alguna
Of their
persona,
home.
de su casa,
And you allegedly stole jewelry.
y presuntamente, supuestamente usted
Electronics.
robó joyería electrónica.
You allegedly left your fingerprints
Presuntamente usted supuestamente dejó sus huellas
The
dactilares
police were able to
y la
identify
policía
you
pudo identificarlo a usted
from the fingerprints left
de
in the
las
home.
huellas dactilares dejadas en la casa.
So the court finds probable cause.
Entonces
Stated there
el
prior to
tribunal
the
encuentra motivos fundados. ¿Hay antecedentes con este señor?
One moment, Judge.
Un momento,
Are
señor
you
juez.
employed, sir?
¿Está usted trabajando, señor?
Sí, señor.
Yes.
What type of work do you
¿Qué
do?
tipo de trabajo hace usted?
Limpieza.
¿Cómo?
Limpieza en la zona hotelera.
I can't hear him, Judge.
Speak louder, sir.
¿Qué tipo de trabajo hace usted?
Limpieza en la zona hotelera.
Cleaning in the hotels.
Do you have any money in the bank?
¿Tiene usted dinero en el banco?
No.
No.
Do you own land or property here in
¿Es
South
usted
Florida?
propietario de tierras o de propiedades aquí en el sur de la Florida? No.
No.
How long have you been here in South
¿Cuánto tiempo ha
Florida?
vivido usted aquí en el sur de la Florida, señor?
Un año.
A year.
Okay, so the
He had a
go ahead.
he had a theft last year that he resolved December 18th.
So you have a theft prior.
Tuvo usted un hurto menor anteriormente, basándonos en estos hechos factuales, en sus antecedentes anteriores. El tribunal va a fijar su fianza en el cargo número 1,
$7,500.
de $1,500.
Count two is
Cargo número
1,000.
2 son 1,000.
Your total bond's
Total es
$8,500.
$8,500. Fianza
You can bond
total.
out of jail, sir. Thank you.
Usted debe de pagar su fianza para salir de la cárcel, señor. Gracias.
You want to make an announcement?
¿Quieren
¿Qué valor-
alguien más para
qué va-
español?
¿Qué valor fue la fianza?
$8,500, señor.
Gracias.
¿Alguien más para español? Somebody else
No.
needs the services of a Spanish interpreter?
No.
They say no, Judge.
No? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Timothy Ryan, Stevie Streeter, Keith Wheeler. Timothy Ryan, so you're charged with grand theft auto, possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest with violence. Court finds probable cause. Do we have any priors on Mr. Ryan?
One moment, Judge.
30 minutes on one day.
My system's
Ms. Trish, do you have anything on this gentleman?
Yes, Judge. Give me 1 second. If I may inquire, what page?
Yeah, I don't. 12?
Already.
Page 4? Judge, the information...
Go ahead.
Shoplifting out of Indiana River, 2013. Fleeing, eluding, resisting without violence, 2006, out of Indian County.
Okay.
Possession of marijuana, 2002, out of Indian County.
All right.
Priors.
All right. So I'm going to say your
Judge,
bond. Go ahead.
if I may provide the court with some information, according to Mr. Ryan, he's lived in South Florida most of his life. He has a trade license. He has... Okay, I apologize. He is a he has a GED. He owns no property, and he's currently indigent, Judge. He is receiving government assistance if the court would consider setting a low bond amount.
Yes, sir, your bonds can be $1,000 on 1 and 2, $100 on 3, based on the facts of the case and your criminal record. Thank you.
They needs a bond on 4.
4 needs a bond?
Yeah, resisting with violence.
Oh, okay. I'm going to set that bond at $1,000. Thank you, sir. Total bond's $3,100. How about Stevie Streeter? It's ordered. Sir, robbery by sudden snatching, grand theft auto, resisting arrest. Court finds probable cause. State their priors on Mr. Stevie Streeter.
1 moment, Your Honor. I got it. Probably not, but... No priors.
No criminal record. Ma'am, Ms. Trish, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Streeter says that he's lived in Broward all his life. He's a high school graduate. He lives with his grandmother. He's 19 years old, Judge. He's currently unemployed. He is indigent as he is being supported by his grandmother. We'd ask the court to consider pretrial release or as he's not able to bond and he's being supported by his elderly grandmother.
I understand.
And we'd also ask that the Office of Public Defender be given permission to take pictures of his injury.
I've ordered that. Let me ask you, he's got a Miami Gardens address, so how does that square with the...
I believe from my conversation with I said in South Florida.
Oh,
so
you said Broward.
South Florida would include Miami.
Well, he's got a Miami Gardens address on one document, Pembroke Pines on the other. Do we know which address he lives at?
Where do you live?
Miami Gardens.
He lives in the Miami Gardens address, Judge.
Okay.
And from my understanding, pretrial would be able to supervise him.
I understand
As
that.
I've had clients placed on pretrial.
I think allegedly this case was 2 women who were trying to sell their Apple MacBook, probably off Craigslist, I believe. The defendant allegedly showed up in a SUV that was stolen, and when he pulled up, he allegedly snatched it from one of the young women and took off and then crashed the vehicle into a tree. Then jumped several residential fences in an attempt to get away from the police. They had to set up a perimeter, and they had to use a canine to apprehend him. He was hiding under a shed or behind a shed. So, sir, the court is concerned about the way it ended up. Court believes you do represent a flight risk. You go to that much trouble to get away from the police. And there's a danger to the community. It does appear that you did set up these young women to rip them off, so allegedly.
And Judge,
Go ahead, ma'am.
Judge, if the court would consider this, Judge, the fact that he, as provided by the state, he has no prior criminal
I've
history.
considered that. Yes,
And we could ask the court to consider, in the alternative, if the court believes that he is a flight risk, setting a GPS monitor
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
alternative.
Sir, your bond's going to be $6,500 on count 1, $1,000 on 2 and 3, $100. I'll release your ROR on count 4, and your total bond today will be $8,500, sir, based on the facts of the case. And thank you.
No victim contact,
No
Your
victim
Honor?
contact. Thank you, Keith.
$6,500.
$6,500. Thank you, Keith Wheeler. Keith Wheeler. Mr. Wheeler, grand theft, and the court finds probable cause. Allegedly,
Stole a sailboat.
court finds probable cause. This is allegedly a sailboat. I believe 39-foot Erickson. And the court notes that Mr. Keith Wheeler has been known as Aaron Johnson, Matthew Johnson, and Samuel Britton in the past. Go ahead, State. Does he have a criminal record?
Yes, Judge. His priors include 2011, possession of cocaine, a year and a day state prison. 2011, battery on a law enforcement officer, a year and a day state prison as a habitual offender. He's got 2007, 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of battery with the VOP.
Okay, wait. Ag assault.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and the other one was battery?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
2006, battery. 98, cocaine. 97, cocaine and unauthorized use of a driver's license, a year and a day. 96, cocaine, a year and a day. 94, battery on a law enforcement officer with a VOP, year and a day. 89, grand theft auto, 4 years. 89, possession of controlled substance, same sentence. 89, shooting at, throwing a deadly missile, and carrying a concealed firearm, same sentence. 89, burglary of a structure and criminal mischief, 4 years state prison.
Judge, if I may add.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Judge, from my conversation with Mr. Wheeler, he's lived in South Florida all his life. He's unemployed. He's a high school graduate. He has an associate's degree as a computer science technician. He cares for 2 children, and from the information provided by the state, it appears that the last time he was arrested was in 2007, which appears to be 8 years from today. Not from today, but an 8-year span.
Sir, based on the facts of the case, and it says that let me see, the vessel was estimated value of the vessel is about $75,000.
And
go ahead.
Your Honor, just so the record is clear, he had a battery on a law enforcement officer in 2011. He got a year and a day state prison, and he most recently was released from state prison in 2014. So it was definitely more recent than 8 years.
He's been declared a habitual offender, prior grand theft auto, deadly missile, burglary, battery on a police officer, multiple cocaines, battery, 3 aggravated assaults, another battery on a police officer, another cocaine. So in a prison release just here within the last year or so. So I'm going to raise your bond based on your lengthy criminal record, your prior designation as a habitual offender, your recent release from prison, and the value of the alleged boat. Your bond today will be $15,000. You can bond out of jail. Thank you. How about John Falco?
North Broward.
I'm going to go ahead and find probable cause, send this right to the division. There you go.
He's in North.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Hey, Falco?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Failure to wear a safety belt, disobeying a stop sign. Count 3 probation violation. Count 3, you'll see your judge on June 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Thank you. How about Brandon Cunningham?
He's present, Judge. He refused the services of the public defender.
Sir, possession of cocaine and alprazolam. The court finds probable cause. Do you have any priors on Mr. Cunningham?
One moment, Your Honor. His priors include I'm sorry.
All right, we're back on.
2000
We were talking about something else, not about you, Mr. Cunningham. Go ahead.
2013, he pled out a burglary to a trespass. 2013, resisting without violence. 2010, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute, just under 23 months. 2010, delivery of cocaine, tampering with evidence, same sentence. 09, possession of cocaine with intent, same sentence. 08, possession of cocaine, marijuana, a year and a day. 07, 3 counts of delivery of cocaine, a year and a day. Resisting without violence, 05. End of record.
Sir, I'm going to let your bond stay at 1,000 on 1 and 2. You have multiple cocaines. You've been to prison on it before. Thank you, sir. How about Terrence Bodie?
He's still...
They're going to post your bond. He's capped the bond as it is.
He's still a medical reset.
You're going to reset him for Wednesday p.m.? How about Will Lewis?
Conky, Your Honor. He's in PM court.
I think he's being arraigned.
I'll leave the bond where it is. 3,500. Pass it through. Probable cause is found. How about Tony Harden? Tony Harden?
Hold on. Are you Mr. Harden? Yes. He's a potion judge. He's a potion judge.
Mr. Harden, violated probation. That's what finds So the court is going to find probable cause. I see there's a signed warrant here, no bond. You'll see your judge on the 22nd. All right, sir. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's just state, you want to tell us on this, who do you have there, Ms. Krish?
I have Richard Rydell. I think he's on your second look, the misdemeanor docket.
Got it. Hold on one moment, Mr. Rydell. I'll be right there.
As far as the felonies go, only one was filed. That's Tanner. The rest are all RORs. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, all right.
Okay. Okay, so he's here for battery. He's here for leaving the scene of the crash.
Yeah,
I don't have his, they didn't give me his police report here.
let me see if I can get it, Judge. Misdemeanor. I've got it, Judge, and I can proffer. The allegations are that arresting officer responded to a call for a motor vehicle crash en route. Officer received updates that the vehicle drivers were possibly fighting. Also received a call from one of the subjects involved, listed victim James Wasser. He stated that he was being chased by the subject who hit his vehicle and requested police. I received an update that the silver Volkswagen Jetta left the scene prior to my arrival. When I arrived, I made contact with Wasser. He stated he had stopped at the railroad tracks for a train crossing when he was struck by a silver Jetta. When he exited his vehicle to get the vehicle license plate and call police, he was chased by the driver and only occupant of the Jetta, listed defendant Richard Rydell. Wasser stated that he was chased by Rydell. He stated that when Rydell finally caught him, he pushed him. When he was pushed, Wasser hit a traffic sign on the side of the road, which caused a large laceration on the top of his head. Rydell then got in his vehicle and went north on 15th Avenue. When I arrived, Wasser was covered in blood. He stated that the amount of blood caused his phone to stop working while he was trying to update his location with police dispatchers. Wasser's vehicle also had extensive damage to the back of his car. The trunk would not shut and the bumper had been almost completely removed. The license plate Wasser provided came back to two listed registered owners, Rydell and a Richard Poirier. Officers responded to the listed registered owner's address and made contact with Poirier. He stated his ex-boyfriend Rydell is the primary driver of the Jetta, and he provided another address. Unable to immediately locate Rydell, but approximately an hour after clearing the crash scene, we received a call for a disturbance at the address that they were given for Rydell. I made contact with Rydell, who was involved in an altercation with his roommates. I advised Rydell of his Miranda rights and asked if he was involved in a traffic crash earlier. He stated he wasn't a crash. He stated he left the scene prior to police arrival because he and the other driver spoke and they both agreed they did not want a police report. He denied a physical altercation with Wasser. The Jetta was located in the parking lot of Rydell's building and it did have front-end damage consistent with rear-ending Wasser's vehicle. End of report.
Okay. All right. So what was the original bond set up?
Just $1,000 on the battery. No bonded.
Leave your bond where it is. Thank you.
Judge, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
No. I respect it. She does not shy away. Makes it very well and clearly known how she feels about every particular subject.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. Where's Donnell Bianculli?
Conti, Your Honor. Conti.
How you doing, sir?
Hi, Mr. Bianculli.
How you doing,
Bianculli's
sir?
been in here a bunch of times.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bianculli, I'm going to let this go right to the division, all right, sir? Thank you.
What does that mean?
That means we're not going to resolve your case today, all right, sir? Thank you.
Okay.
What about Jonathan Frederick?
Conti.
How you doing, sir?
Mr. Frederick, how you doing?
All right.
Not yet.
How come you haven't bought it out, Mr. Frederick?
Because I have no money. I have no money to bond out. I would like to go in and get it resolved if you can, please.
Yeah.
You got 3:59 a.m., Dania Beach Boulevard. Allegedly, this gentleman was pulling a black and red lawnmower as he walked down the sidewalk. Said it is unusual for someone to pull a lawnmower at that time of night. I probably agree with that. See here. All right. Mr. Jonathan Frederick, would you like to resolve your case today? Case will be over with. You get out of jail today?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you understand by pleading no contest, you're not going to have a trial, you're not going to have your day in court, it's over with right now?
I understand.
How do you plead, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll withhold
No
adjudication.
contest. No contest.
I'll
No
accept that. I'll
contest.
withhold adjudication. Thank you. How about Carol Levy? Hi, Miss Levy.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Miss Levy's back again. Miss Levy, I'm gonna send you to your division judge. Was this this theft? Was this a dine and dash or a?
I'd have to
Your
pull the
Honor,
PC.
it's no contest on all charges.
Well,
I asked the public defender
Maybe
not
not
to
today.
represent me.
Miss Levy, you have been in here quite a bit over there.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Levy, Your Honor.
No.
It's no contest. They're holding my bond, and that's my rent,
Yes,
and that's
it was.
why I keep getting arrested.
How'd you know, Judge?
I'm trying to get my bond paid back.
I know you very well for not paying your food bills, going in places.
This
Your
was
Honor,
the Outback on
Your Honor,
North
the
Federal.
bills are declined, but the funds are there. I don't know why the establishment declines my. Pardon?
A chopped salad, $45.
Your Honor, I do have the funds in MasterCard. I'm on Social Security. For some reason, they keep declining my
If I had a
pay.
nickel for every time you told me that same story, that you had a debit card but it wouldn't get the money off of it, I think I could retire. You've used it so
Your
many
Honor,
times.
I've called the bank. They've told me that they are researching it. They are backed up at the bank. They
Right.
don't have time.
I say Senator.
Yeah, I know, that happens quite often, Miss Levy.
What?
When you go into
What
restaurants,
else
you're
can I do?
probably stop
What
using a
would you
debit card
recommend?
and only
Takes
have
away.
cash with you.
They look like they're related.
Go to,
Well, you have my cash on bonds. How can I have cash with me?
you
I tried
actually
to get
said
my
that. You actually said the same thing the last time you were in here.
No,
I'm going
Your
to send
Honor,
this
you're
to your
mistaken.
division judge, Miss Levy. Thank you.
What is a division judge?
That's the judge who's going to handle your case, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Levy.
Okay, thank you.
Missy Wavy Campbell.
I think you ROR'd her or him this morning. Yes, sir.
How about Sarah Rodriguez? Ms. Rodriguez, you're charged with battery, disorderly conduct. Give me a moment, ma'am.
Who's that? What's she all smiling? What do you?
Fight on a city bus. Look here, bus driver advised that he
Probably
just
right.
got to the bus stop, waiting to get off the bus. The man was waiting to get off.
No.
Defendant allegedly started to insult the man about his weight.
That's not true.
Took his glasses off his face, attempted to break it by twisting it, and her hand shows it. Threw his glasses on the ground, tried to stomp on his glasses. Okay. All right, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and let this go to your division judge to resolve. I'm not going to take care of it today. In any way, I believe by looking at this, you have a lengthy criminal record from what I can see. Thank you, ma'am. I knew that by her aliases. Okay, so
Well,
We should go there, food free.
yeah, I'll just go.
Now, who's the only one we can't, you said there's one Tanner, is that the one?
Yeah, that's the only one.
Is that filed?
Yes.
Okay, give me a moment.
Could you call Sherry Carter for me?
What?
I need to ask her something. Don't be a brat. Yeah, no, it's there somewhere.
Good what?
Because it's not used to looking something.
Not right now. Before it was. You think it's still connected to it?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, Nancy Jennifer Davis. Ms. Davis, you're going to be released on your own recognizance today, 15-6-2-5-3 CF10. Thank you, ma'am. How about,
Thank you, sir.
Aaron Glasgow.
Confi.
Sir, on 15-6-3-1-4 CF10. Motion release you, ROR is granted. You'll be released from custody. Thank you, sir. Okay, you see Robert Miller.
Confi.
Sir, on 15-6-3-5-2 CF10, the motion to release you, ROR is granted. You'll be released from custody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What about Rudolph Sedges?
Here, sir.
Sir, on 15-6-3-2-1 CF10, the motion's granted. You'll be released, ROR. Thank you.
Thank you.
Megan Perkheiser. Ma'am, on 15-6-3-3-0 CF10, you'll be released, ROR. The motion's granted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Move up here.
Okay.
May I see Chantalique Tanner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yours may not go today. I have to check yours out, ma'am. Give me a moment here.
No, but her bond's going to be reduced.
Is it?
Yeah, we didn't
I
file
don't
the drug
have any way
charge.
to
We
pay the
filed the
bond,
grand
sir.
theft auto, so it'll be like $1,000.
I don't have any way to pay the bond, sir.
No.
Ma'am, I'm looking at the court's computer system. It says the state filed an information, a formal charge on June 16th of 2015. I'm going to read it to you. State of Florida versus Chantalique Tanner. You're charged with 1 count of grand theft with violent coin laundering. I'm looking here on page 2. Signed and sworn to by Alex Urella of the State Attorney's Office, June 16th, 2015. Now, any objections by the defense to this, ma'am? Okay,
I have no way to pay the bond.
ROR is hereby denied. Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
They filed a grand theft on you. They didn't file the cocaine or the flakka. So your bond's going to come down to, it looks like $1,000. All right?
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, we would just ask at this point, now that it's filed, defense wants to
We'll
file
let
a
it go to
motion.
the
Thank
division.
you.
Thank you. Okay, now,
Adjourn.
I think we're done, are we?
Yeah, if you did all the other RORs, sure, yeah.
That's a wrap, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll see everyone back here tomorrow morning.
Who?
Yes, bright and early, 8:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
he ROR'd.
And until then, and I want to thank
What's
Ms.
that?
Miller for being
Yeah,
here
except for the Tanner, yeah.
and our 2 interns. Thank you very much.
Him say.
We're going to wrap. That's it.
Him
Wrap
say.
from 2:35 tomorrow morning at
Because him
8:30.
say.